Blockbusters. You are listening to the Triple B Podcast. Let's fucking go.
Welcome to another episode of the Triple B Podcast, Bourbon Belts and Blockbusters. I'm RT Red.
I'm Jester.
And we got a show that talks on some bourbon and or cocktails.
Hell yeah.
We're going to talk about some wrestling, and we're going to talk about some movies and or shows and or both and all the above.
All of it.
The
So let's
Blockbusters.
Get right into it.
We
Ryan,
are.
you got to choose the cocktail of the week. We're using your Heaven Hill bourbon from last week.
we
We
are.
almost gave it a 10. We
Yeah,
didn't quite
real
do it.
close.
It was a 9.75.
We can't give them all 10s.
I'm really excited about this cocktail, so please
Yes.
tell us about it so we can drink on it.
Yeah, so what I did here, it was an influenced creation, I guess, is the best way to put that. Got the idea of this from a listener. Somebody commented on our TikTok social media post about just wanting ideas from other people about bourbon cocktails. And I believe, if I'm not misremembering, I believe it was Brittany Lund.
Yes, it
right?
was.
Initially typoed on the comment. It was she was trying to say Kentucky Buck, which is what we had last cocktail, which was Chef's Kiss, fantastic. And then, but it came out originally. It came out like Kentucky Crumble or something like that originally, and then she corrected it. But when I saw that, I was like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
And so I started looking that up, and that's not an actual like just a drink, not from what I could find at least on the old internets. The interwebs, if you will. And so I was just like, well, I looked up a couple different types of drinks, and I kind of just put some things together to come up with what I dubbed the Apple Bourbon Crumble.
Hell
What it is a tablespoon of apple butter, which is fantastic, by the way. 2 ounces of bourbon, which obviously we're using our Heaven Hill from last week. We had 2 ounces of apple cider, and then 2 dashes of black walnut bitters and 2 dashes of orange bitters. Put that all into a shaker, shook it up, especially to make sure the apple butter was nice and incorporated, and then strained it over ice. And a lot of things I was seeing with ideas like this was to use just club soda to top it off. Well, I took that a step farther and went with one of our faves, good old ginger beer.
Ooh, yeah.
So, yeah, we topped it with the ginger beer, and this is what we got. So,
Let's
the
do
old
it.
apple bourbon crumble. Let's give her a go and see where she lands on our ratings.
It's so
That
good.
is fall in a glass.
Yeah.
That's like the perfect cocktail for fall,
Yeah. For
especially like being a cold iced cocktail.
Yeah.
For fall.
I
That's
just
really good.
imagine
really
sitting on the couch, fire going, watching some football on a Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Sipping on this.
Yep. Yes.
That's
That's
it's so
very,
good.
very good.
I mean, you could even add a cinnamon stick into there, and
Yeah, there were different garnishes and stuff. I saw like an apple slice on the edge with a cinnamon stick, but I just went bare bones because I didn't want nothing to get in our way of drinking.
no, and I 100%, and I
Like if I was making this for like having people over, doing it up a little more, I'd probably do the cinnamon stick and an apple slice on the rim. But
I think you choosing ginger beer here kind of takes that plate. It kind of gives that spice to it.
Yeah.
And
For sure.
I really,
That was kind of my goal there.
Yeah.
I wanted it to have a little slight bubbles, which we got a little, mine, I filled a little too much. I didn't quite get the whole ginger beer. Do you want a little topper?
just a little splashy. There you go.
A little splash in there. You can never have too much ginger beer
No,
in a
you
cocktail.
can't.
But yeah, dude, I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
Yeah, I was gonna go like 9.5. I'm joining you on that
Yeah.
because it's really solid. I love it. It's perfect for this time of year.
I think there's, to me, I think there's something that I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I think there's something that I could add to it that would put it to that 10, but it's not quite there for me yet, but damn, it's good.
It's really
real
good.
good. I'm excited to sip on this throughout
I can't wait
the
to sip
episode.
on it.
This
If
is
you
one
want
of
to
the
see
most full cocktails that we've had.
Yes, yeah, no,
Right up to the rim.
right
there.
to the rim. That should,
Yeah.
in theory, last all episode, but
We'll see.
We'll see. If you would like to see how it's made, you can see this on our TikTok, on our Instagram. So please
Yes.
give that a check out.
Also, our YouTube channel.
Yes,
We'll be
indeed.
there as well.
That's going to bring us to our Bourbon Talk part of the show. And we got the fact check from last week. And it was a longer episode, which led to us being very, very loosey-goosey last week. 20 things.
Oh, hot damn. Okay.
There's some fact checks. There's some clarification. So it's a little mix of both.
All right.
So let's get right into that. Has AJ Styles and Seth Rollins had a feud or wrestled in WWE? We were talking about, what's next for AJ Styles. Yes, they have faced each other, and I don't know why it didn't come to me right away, but they were the finals in the tournament for the new World Heavyweight Championship. Back.
AJ Styles and oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wow.
And apparently they have faced off in a couple other matches, but not like anything big. So there hasn't been like a big storyline other than that tournament. So
Yeah.
it would still be pretty fresh if they had a big feud. When did Becky say the she doesn't work here thing? Just wanted to clarify. You were right. It was on that Raw, not SmackDown, like
Okay.
I said. How many appearances does John Cena have left? You said 10. Reports I'm reading are there's 7 left.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I kept seeing 7 to 8, but it's a little less than 10. When did they announce John Cena's retirement tour? You said August. It was in July at Money in the Bank in Toronto.
Okay.
Was it an Iron Man match between John Cena and Shawn Michaels on that Monday Night Raw? It was not an Iron Man match. We both thought it was, but it was a 55-minute match.
Well, and I think I
You
kind of alluded to that because I was like, I don't even know if it was an actual Iron Man match, but
Yeah.
it was like an hour-long match.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was one of the longest matches on Monday Night Raw, and it took place in London shortly following their WrestleMania 23 match that they had.
Yeah.
When did AJ Lee leave WWE in relevance to CM Punk? AJ Lee and WWE parted ways 1 year, 2 months after Punk walked out in January of 2014. AJ Lee was retired from WWE in April of 2015. Punk wasn't officially relieved of WWE until July 2014 when they officially said they separated ways.
Yeah.
Last time real couples wrestled, it was Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Miz and Maurice of Royal Rumble 2022.
Good pull.
Other real life couples, not necessarily married, but Nikki and Cena faced Miz and Maurice at WrestleMania.
Yep.
And then there was Jimmy and Naomi faced Tyson Kidd and Natalya back in 2019.
Wow.
Or 2015. So there's been a few.
I didn't realize Jimmy and Naomi have been together that long. Holy cow.
Yeah. So just fun little fact on that. Edge's return was 2020 at the Royal Rumble. You said in 2019.
Okay.
You were correct in how to pronounce Rafe Fiennes. We said Ralph,
Fiennes, yeah.
but you're like,
I'm
actually,
not sure
I think
if
it's
Ralph Fiennes or Rafe Fiennes. Or...
But you were correct.
Yeah.
Rafe Fiennes. I did confirm the movie, the Bone Temple, is coming out 28 weeks later after 28 years later.
What a cool little nod, huh?
Yeah, I thought
dope.
that was really cool. Not officially confirmed report, but Sony is waiting to see how 28 years later Bone Temple performs before giving the green light for that third movie. But chances are it does.
Yeah.
But there is a script completed, it sounds like, for the third one. So it's ready to go. How many kills were there in Halloween Kills? You said 9,000. It wasn't quite that. But
that was a little bit of an exaggeration. It felt like it though.
No kidding. But it is highly debated because there's a lot of off-screen kills that happen in this, or maybe not. So the number is right around 30 in that movie, which is one of the most that happens in a horror movie. Dr. Kelso, Ken Jenkins is still alive, so he could.
Yes.
He could be
Here we
in
go.
Scrubs.
Bring him back. Have him just come in like he injured his back golfing or something in retirement.
Yeah.
And he has to be Dr. Cox's patient or something.
Oh,
like,
God,
it would be too
so
good.
Funny. We talked about, or you mentioned, the janitor, lawyer, high five guy need to be in it. We did say Todd eventually for high five guy.
Took us a minute to get there, but you did get it. Yes.
It's the Todd. The lawyer's name is Ted, and then there is no janitor name. It's janitor.
Yeah. Okay.
Planned release of second rounds for the casting of Doomsday. The report I read was just actually a fan theory, so there may not be a second round of casting.
Okay.
So
I in this last week have read though that Kevin Feige has teased there's more to come on that though.
Okay.
So
I went back to it and I was like,
Kevin
it's a fan.
Feige has actually like kind of
Alluded to
weaseled his way around things, but yes, kind of alluded to the fact that they're not necessarily done casting.
Okay.
And maybe it's more Secret Wars than Doomsday.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Okay. When is Doomsday coming out? I believe we were kind of fumbling.
I kept saying
dates,
fucking the 26th of
but
December.
That's the year I think you were trying to.
Yeah, because it's 2020. It comes out, it's what, the 18th of 2026? Yeah.
Yep.
That was numbers, man.
Just, I don't,
bullshit.
I put it down. I don't know why. I don't remember us mentioning it, but there was 26 cast members in that line of chairs when they did that video.
Oh, okay. Maybe you were just throwing that on there just as extra info.
This one, it's not really fact check. You mentioned a movie. You talked about hikers in Ireland with trolls that you watched. Yeah. I just typed in hikers in Ireland with trolls, and the only thing it could pull is The Hollow 2015. Would that fit in that time frame?
Let me look it up real quick. Because that actually sounds familiar. Keep going. I'll see if I can find a live fact check here for what I was talking about.
Okay. And then my last fact check, and it's more just giving a little more info because I didn't have all the details about it, but it was in regards to your Blockbusters question last week, having a book turned into a movie, and I brought up Final Girls Support Group, and it's the characters kind of from the movie, but the movies are based on their stories. So they do mention, like, they don't name drop Ghostface, but they definitely allude to it, and they're the actual real life victims to those movies. Like, those movies are based on them. So it's a really cool idea. And then they are getting someone's trying to kill them off as well in this book. There's Laurie Strode is based off one of the girls in this support group, and then Sidney Prescott's based off of.
So they took these real life girls that are in this support group, and that's what they based the movies of all of these things off of.
Yeah.
But then in the book, there is a killer trying to get all of those final girls. That's a fucking cool concept. So that's how they kind of walk that line of, I like that. That's cool.
I thought that, I definitely thought that was cool. So yeah, that's what I got for the fact check. It was quite a little bit of clarification, like I said, but we definitely were a little loosey-goosey last week.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, nothing on the movie?
I forgot it. So I was confusing things. There is a whole other movie that has to do with trolls that I've also seen that has something to do in Ireland. That's something weird. I have no idea what that one was. Didn't find that. But the other one that I was confusing, that was the one that I was like really connecting to the Watchers.
Yeah.
It's called The Ritual. Came out in 2017.
Oh, okay.
And says Features a group of friends on a hiking trip in the Swedish wilderness who encounter an ancient and malevolent force. It combines psychological tension with supernatural horror, making for a suffocating and memorable survival story.
Oh, nice.
So that there are very similar themes within that, and that is the one I was thinking of, because that was the one with the group of friends, and like one of them fucks their ankle up early in the trip, and it's just like the perfect storm of bad things to set that up. So that is what I was thinking of.
All right, nice live check there. Next up, we got Hawk Talk.
Yeah,
we lost to the 49ers last week, 17-13. What were your thoughts on the game?
I mean, there are obviously like things that were like, kind of felt very familiar with the last few years. I think the way our offense was running, outside of it was a run heavy instead of a pass heavy, but it just didn't seem like it was working all that well, right? Like, especially compared to like what we saw in the and now it's preseason, obviously, and I'm aware of this, but still, when you're averaging like 170 yards rushing in the preseason or whatever it was, you know, you're expecting a little bit more than your second string running back leading the group with 48 rushing yards, right? So I think that was kind of a disappointment. I think they may have like out-coached themselves, if that makes sense, to a point where like they were trying to do maybe too much in certain regards and not just like relying on the bread and butter type thing that they've kind of talked about a lot in camp. And then I think my biggest takeaway from this, though, was the decision to kick the field goal.
Yeah.
On fourth and less than it was like fourth and a foot.
Yeah.
And we had very, very few run plays that netted nothing in that game. The decision with like 3:24 left in the game to kick a field goal there, I think was kind of the biggest thing there.
Yeah.
Because like you go for it and because here's the thing too, you look at it, you go for it. If you pick it up, now you're at least running the clock down to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
Like absolutely no worry. Right? You're getting it down to at least a 2-minute warning. Then if you're stopped and have to kick the field goal there, at least it's under 2 minutes.
Yeah, you've taken away the time.
Yeah, and they only had I think they had 3 timeouts still at that point. But still, it's like that. Now you're under the 2-minute warning. Now they have to be a lot more smart and cautious with what plays they're running, the timeouts that they're using, where they're catching the ball and getting out of bounds, everything, right? But also, if you go for it there and you get stopped, it's still 10-10, but now they have the ball at like the fucking... It was inside the 20. We were in the red zone. So even to kick a field goal, you're still there. They still have to drive, 50 yards to even try to kick the field goal with the field goal kicker that they did not trust.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So realistically, they're having to either now go score a touchdown to try to win the game, or they're having to drive to like the 20 to feel somewhat comfortable, even though he had already missed one from like the fucking 12-yard line or whatever the fuck that was in the very beginning of the game, right? So there are a lot of things there that were like in our favor that you would just say go for it. And I think Greg Olson, in the one of the announcers for the game, was like, I think this could come back to bite them, and it did.
Yeah,
like 100%. You played it safe by taking the points, but that wasn't even the safe play in that situation. So
yeah,
I think that was kind of my biggest takeaway. It was just like, that was, I think, a poor coaching decision to kick the field goal there with that much time left, and then put yourself in a tough situation. And then, I mean, how the game ended, a lot of people are giving Darnold shit about it, but it was like, he was trying to make a play, and his offensive tackle got pushed straight into his back as he's drawing back to throw the ball. The ball hit him in the back, and it came out of his hand. Like, there's nothing you can expect your quarterback. I read another analyst talking about it. You got to grip the ball harder. Or you're a fucking idiot. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard before. Grip the ball harder. Yeah. Like, if you grip the ball too hard, you're not going to throw the ball correctly. Like, that's just physics. And that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Could he have maybe felt the pressure a little bit better? Sure, there's those nitpicky things, but the fact of the matter is, Abe fucking Lucas should not have gotten driven 7 yards straight back into the quarterback.
Yeah.
That's your job as an offensive lineman. Do your fucking job. So
Yeah.
stop ripping on Darnold. He played a fairly safe and decent game and did what was asked of him until that final play.
Yeah.
And the thing is the offense that he's in now, that this is not an offense that should have to be asking him to put the team on his back.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the whole point of the Kubiak offense, is the quarterback shouldn't have to be the fucking savior.
Yeah.
And so that's on everybody else and play calling. So
Yeah.
that's my thoughts.
I was impressed with the defense. Up until the last bit of that game, and mainly Reek Woolen, and it just happened, and that's the way it goes.
What are you doing?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
but it was, they held really strong. They were getting to the quarterback and everything.
Purdy was pressured on like almost 60% of his dropbacks or something like that. Like, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like we had the highest QBP in week 1.
Yeah.
Seattle did.
So that was promising, and just building off the momentum from last year and
Yeah.
carrying that over. And then I wanted to see more Charbonnet, because he was getting bigger chunks than K9. K9 had a couple in there, but it was definitely felt like they were just doing more screens with K9 and or rushes to the outside versus letting him go up the middle. So maybe it could have been a different game, but when Sharbs was going up the middle, it was getting big chunks.
Yeah, that's the other thing with the 4th down decision. You literally have an offense dedicated to 2 tight ends and a fullback, and then you have a running back who 2 running backs that very rarely get dropped in the backfield. Mm-hmm. What are we doing? Fucking use that.
Yeah. I definitely think the game came down to that 4th down call, and they should have gone for it, because up until that point, our defense was playing lights out. Like, and like you
again,
said,
like, I would rather us be aggressive and try to just be like, no, we're going to try to pick this up and control the ending of this game.
Yeah.
And then not get it. And
then
they drive and score and win. That's a lot easier to eat than the way it did play out.
Yeah. They were aggressive earlier in the game, and it paid off for them. Like, why not here in this moment? Yeah. Especially against the 49ers. So,
at home, too, in week 1. Yeah.
Tough loss, and it's not going to get much easier this week. So, we're going over to week 2. We're at Pittsburgh against the Steelers. What do you got going for this?
This is going to be a tough one, man. I don't think Witherspoon's playing.
Mm-hmm.
The game designation was doubtful. I know McDonald said we'll go right up to game time with it. I didn't even know he was hurt in the game last week.
Didn't either,
because he finished the game and he played the rest of everything after. But I guess on that Josh Jobe interception, him and Kobe Bryant collided.
Okay,
and he banged his knee up. So there's that. There was one more.
Nick is out.
Yeah, Eamon Worry. Yeah. He's the other one, which is a pretty big hit. Like, if him and Spoon are both gone, that 100% changes the dynamic of your defense now. Yeah. Because now our secondary is like, we're going to be playing a lot of stuff that we don't want to be playing. Mm-hmm. Like, we're not going to have a nickel package, essentially, because, like, Ty Okada? Yeah. And he didn't play all that well when he was in last week, when Eamon Worry went out after the fucking one play he had that smacks McCaffrey in the backfield and drops him for a 2-yard loss and fucks his ankle up on the one fucking play. It was just like, oh my God, that's just that's so unlucky.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, and I'm going to give credit and kudos to DK Metcalf here, is the media, once again, is trying to blow this game up as another big revenge game. And Metcalf was like, dude, it's just another game. You guys are trying to make it into a big thing. I'm not. I'm playing football. Yeah, I appreciate that, because to our knowledge as fans, there wasn't like bad blood in him leaving. Like, he wanted out. He wanted a new, and it's like understandable. Yeah. We were mediocre for his entire fucking career here in Seattle. Totally understandable.
Yep.
And so, it didn't feel or seem like there was weird bad blood or anything that would cause like, oh, DK wants to fuck the Seahawks up or anything. So I thought that was cool on his part because he is also one of those personalities that you could totally see leaning into this as well. And maybe he is personally and internally. And I'm sure there is that same on the Seahawks side. I'm sure there's that point where the defense is like, yo, we want to fuck DK up here. We want to keep him, with as minimal impact on this game as possible.
Yeah.
Because that's just what you do with those big guys, like whether they played for you or not. And same with DK. I'm sure there is a part of him that's like, I'd love to get this win.
Yeah.
But he's not outright just like saying it, which I really did appreciate about that because it's staying away, keeping away from the distractions.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a tough game, especially with two of our defensive pieces out. However, the Jets ran for like 170 yards on the Steelers defense last week. And if we're running up to the par of what we can and should, I think we could outduel that. So I think, we could potentially put 200 plus yards on the ground on the Steelers. We just have to keep Aaron Rodgers in check.
Yes.
That's the thing. If we can pressure Aaron Rodgers the way we did Purdy last week, I think we win this game. Because Aaron Rodgers ain't getting away the way Purdy can. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers is 20 years older than him and was never as athletic as Purdy is. So, I think if we can pressure him, I think we'll be all right. Yeah. But our offense also has to fucking produce this week like they didn't really last week. Yeah. So, and it can't just be the JSN show.
Yes, exactly.
You got to get Cup involved. You got to get, hopefully Bobo's back this week and get Bobo involved. Derek Young, maybe even tight ends. Our tight ends were like barely even, like Barner didn't have a fucking target last week, which is insane. Yeah, Kubiak's offense, why are our tight ends not being...
Agreed. I feel like this is going to be a shootout, unfortunately.
Hey, you know what? I'm okay with that. If we're in a shootout, that means our offense is fucking producing.
That's true. That's true.
But I'll take our defense to get a stop when we need it type of thing.
But I definitely think we do need to lean on the run because we got to keep Aaron Rodgers off the field as much as possible.
Yes. It's a lot of this is going to come down to clock management. Mm-hmm. So
agreed.
And hopefully better decisions.
But I think I'm gonna say we're gonna win this one. We're gonna win it.
We were like we only lost like one road game last year or whatever the fuck it was. Like the stat was.
Yeah, we were the Road Warriors last year.
Yeah, we were the Road Warriors last year for sure, which is crazy. So
yeah, we just lost in Buffalo, right?
I think Buffalo was I think that was the only road game we lost last year was Buffalo.
Yeah. So crazy thing. So I got positive hopes for it. I wasn't completely like this team sucks after last week.
No, because like there was a lot of good.
Yeah,
there was a lot of good, and
we haven't
just
even
the few bad were like the game ceiling bad.
Yeah,
right. That fourth down decision, which is a coaching thing, that's not on the players. That's a coaching thing. The players all executed exactly as they were supposed to and expected to, and that's how we got the 3 points.
Yeah,
that was a coaching thing, and then really it was the 3 Reek Wolin plays, but the 2 real big ones.
Yeah.
And then the Abe Lucas getting just fucking demolished by Bosa on that final play. So
Bosa's a beast, man.
He is.
All right. Wellness journey.
Yeah, man.
We're checking in. Man. Where are you at, man?
Doing pretty good. Worked out. 5 times, I think, both weeks.
Yeah.
Got him in. Been running at least 2 days a week, if not 3. Been lifting 2, if not 3 days. Whichever one I don't do 3, I usually make up with the other one, type of thing. All around, bodies felt good until the end of this week. Back in full swing of things in school now, and Ultimate Frisbee with my freshmen started this week, and I can't help myself. I have to play. I played, and it didn't hurt myself, which is the good thing.
Yeah.
But I'm just fucking sore because that's a different kind of running around and exercise. Like sprinting up and down the field is not something I've done now for fucking 5 months.
Absolutely,
type of thing. So, My quads are still feeling the sprinting,
You still
but
feeling
it's
that?
just sore. I'm not like I didn't hurt myself, which is always a good thing. Just soreness, but I was feeling it. So like I ran yesterday morning before, like I got up at 5 and went on a run, and I've been running 4 miles. Like that's just kind of been my new mark is just like I'm running. If I'm going on a run, run 4 miles. I hit 3 and I was like, I'm going to 3.1. My fucking legs are killing me still. So I was like, I'm going to stop at the 5K like I used to and just call that one good for today. But I started using a new app called Heavy for my lifting, and it's really nice. It's really easy to track stuff, and you can like build the workouts as you're going, and you can change things out and manipulate weight and stuff that you're using throughout, like as your body needs type of thing. Like sometimes I'll like build one, and my mind's a little more go get it than my body actually ends up being on that day, and so I can adjust the things, and it's made it really easy to track stuff too, and so I'm excited to keep using that. And yeah, I mean, eating too, for the most part, my food choices have been pretty damn solid, and been sticking to things pretty well.
Good.
209.9.
Hell yeah, man. You made it.
We're there.
We are there. Hell
So I lost,
yes.
what is that, like a pound and a half from last check-in, because I was 211.6 or whatever, so 1.7 pounds I think is what that ends up being. So a little over 31 pounds. I'm almost 32 pounds total since we've started.
Yeah.
But more importantly for myself is when I started my own little journey before we started it on the podcast. I started it in December of 23, so a little under 2 years ago. I was 256, so I am 50 pounds down.
Hell yeah, man.
So 40,
congratulations.
47 pounds
Nice.
down. So, yeah, man, it's awesome.
We did it, man.
We did it. We're there.
We're there.
We did thing.
Now, the hard part is maintaining.
I know.
Don't
Yep.
let us get back there.
Yeah, no, I'm.
The way I feel now is like
I
I
ain't getting
don't want.
back there.
I ain't getting back there.
There ain't no way I'm getting back up. So
Yeah.
I'm in this is the most consistent I've ever been with eating and exercise, and also allowing myself to have days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No, 100%.
Where, like, we're going to a concert tonight. We're going to see Ludacris. We're going to go out to dinner. I'll probably get a drink, or get an elephant ear at the fair or something. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna do my thing tonight.
Yeah.
Because I know there's not a wagon I'm falling off of. This is just the way I am now. So
Yeah.
that's the beautiful thing about it. What about you, man?
Hell yeah, man. Last week, very solid week. Had 5 workouts. This week, not so much. I got my 3 in though. I got my 3, but my body, my ankles specifically, have just been really sore. And then work schedule the past couple weeks is not my normal, and so it's been kind of just throwing me off. But been getting my steps in though. Going to this. We were doing show and tells for work, and so just a lot of walking around the store and everything. So at least getting steps in. That's probably one thing that I don't get as much with my job. I'm doing more driving to stores versus walking, and so I make up for that during my workouts. But don't usually get that. So overall, not the best week, but I still pushed myself to get the 3 workouts, trying to switch things up so that it wasn't relying on the feet and everything. So feel good about that. Food-wise, last week, solid. This week was making some questionable things, but keeping it within reason.
Yeah.
And my weight in, I'm 208.3, so I lost 0.3 pounds. Still lost, but just really maintaining.
Yeah, dude.
Maintaining the weight. I'm below that 210. I would love to get to 205 because that was a goal for myself a long time ago.
I 100%
And
agree.
so I'm still aiming for that. Just 3 pounds away, and like I said, a loss is a loss. Listening to the body though, and now that I'm hit the goal, like I feel like I can just take it a little easier, listen to the body a little more. I was really gung-ho about getting to that goal soon,
Dude, for sure.
and so yeah, I'm
Well,
just
that's
gonna
the thing that we've always said too is like listening to your body, because if you don't and then you
Long
actually
term.
hurt yourself, then you're fucking yourself longer.
Yes.
So it's if you got to take even a week off and do less than what you typically do
Yeah.
to be able to then get back to your normal the next week and for the weeks following,
Yeah.
that's better than pushing yourself and injuring yourself and having to take a month off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So
for
100% listening to the body, but we still lost. We're both below 210. We hit our goal.
We are, man.
Feeling good, man. It's different this time for sure. Like you said, it just
Yeah.
And then my body is thanking me. It's just like you got your body weight down. So
Yeah, dude.
hell yeah, man.
Go us.
And that brings us to belts. Ryan, first off, quick question. What do you think about the announcement? Quick thoughts on the announcement of WrestleMania. What is it? 43.
Yeah, 43 going
Going
to Saudi.
to Saudi. Any thoughts on it? Does it bother you at all? I've been seeing like the announcements. Everyone's saying you sold out. To me, it doesn't make a difference. I'm watching it on my TV, and if the crowd's into it,
I don't understand
like,
where that is or where that's coming from, because they've been doing shows in Saudi Arabia now for almost 10 fucking years, or over 10 years now, or whatever.
Yeah,
it's been since
8
like 20,
years. Yeah, 8 years.
2016 or whatever. So I don't understand that argument. That's just people fucking wanting to nitpick and bitch about shit just to bitch about shit, which is just unfortunately the idiotic world we live in.
I mean, the only sucky part is like the women have to wrestle in like full bodysuits in the heat over there. But
yeah,
other
but I
than
do
that,
feel like that's part of the whole thing is they're continuing to like WWE is helping break those types of trends and traditions over there. So like, if anything, they're trying to work to help make the quality of life for the individuals in Saudi Arabia better.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't get it, but I don't give a flying fuck where they host the goddamn shows.
Yeah.
I'm not going regardless.
Yeah.
I'm watching it on my TV at home. So it doesn't matter to me where they're going.
The crowd is fire usually better than the US half the time.
They're fans just the same as everyone here.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
I guess my only complaint, just based off previous PLEs over there, is they lean heavy on like old legends. Like,
yes.
And if they try to do that for WrestleMania,
they're gonna.
They're
gonna. It's gonna be like Stone Cold versus The Rock at WrestleMania 43.
I might be okay with that.
I'm good with that too.
But I'm talking about Undertaker.
I've seen a lot of stuff already about like they're gonna be like trying
Ric
to pull
Flair.
out all the stops, and like they're going to spend a lot of money to get some of these big names back, which is. Yeah.
No, I totally
partly the idea of where my belts question came from today, but
so
anyways.
All right. Anywho's, Ryan, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, dog. Talk about Raw. Got a few things. First off, why are you using interference to finalize the outcome of the Rusev versus Penta match? It's completely unnecessary. The New Day doesn't need to fucking get involved here. All that did was make Rusev look weak. It made Rusev look bad after he just beat Sheamus in that fucking match, and that didn't make any sense to me. Like, you don't need interference to make Rusev beating Penta make sense.
Yeah.
Rusev beating Penta makes fucking sense. Rusev is supposed to be this fucking Bulgarian monster. Let him be a fucking Bulgarian monster that doesn't need the random interference that he didn't even ask for, helping him win the match. I don't know. I didn't like that. I thought that was stupid. I don't know about
I agree with you. I was just like, all right, like I know the New Day feud is not done with Penta, but at the same time, it's just like we don't need it right there. And yeah, I mean, and you're 100% right. And I didn't even think about that, but Rusev just got a huge win over Sheamus in a
Yeah.
brutal match, and then this is the way he wins. So
Yeah, this didn't make sense.
agreed.
Another fantastic Bailey video package. Mm-hmm. Loved this one. This one I think was the best one. It is leaning more and more into the crazy persona that she's had before with the voices, and it's really like it feels like this is pushing her to a breaking point. And now whatever that means or what comes from that is yet to be seen, but the build to this is very on par with the Smackdown video packages of the Wyatt Six, or even the Raw ones from when they were first debuting. Like everything that it's just being very well done, and I think that continues. Like we've talked about it every week, and that there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it would be cool to see this still play out, like when she comes back, not just through promos, but having the back and forth going of which direction she's
like
gonna go.
One match she comes out to her hugger theme and
but
stuff,
then the next is ding dong. Yeah.
That would be fucking dope.
I think that would be so cool. But I agree. This
like
promo,
have her come back with almost like a split personality persona.
Yes,
type
exactly.
thing. You just don't know what one you're gonna get, and then like in the back, people are just like, "What the fuck?" type of thing. Like that would be really cool.
I think that would be
That'd
so
be really
cool.
What's going on with Jay? What's going on with Jey Uso? And this is just like I don't know, obviously, but it feels like it could lead to this. And so this is just, I said they bring the Usos back together to potentially have them break up. I was like, that doesn't seem right. So what's actually going on? Because I don't think that that's actually what's going to happen. Yeah. But it just seems... Something seems weird because all of a sudden we have this like very heelish and dark side of Jay.
It's kind of out of nowhere.
I mean, it's kind of out of nowhere. And like, I don't hate that.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily agree with like the timing of it because there was no build to this. There was no, it just all of a sudden he just like snaps. And, and it's just, it doesn't feel like there's much of a push. Yeah. Or like any real background that's leading to this. It just really does seem out of nowhere. And that's the part where I'm a little more hesitant with it. Yeah. But the fact that they're doing it, I think is good for Jay.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I think it, as long as it's done well, can be good for Jay, depending on how it all goes. But it just like the spear on LA Knight made no sense to me. Mm-hmm. It was like, where did that come from? Yeah. Because LA Knight literally hasn't done anything to Jay. Mm-hmm. He hasn't accidentally hit him before or anything like that. Well, I guess maybe when him Punk and they were in the ring.
Maybe, but
there was like
they're all going for the title at that time. Like,
yeah. And Jay then reciprocated with super kicking both of them. Yeah. But before that.
Exactly.
Right? So, which I mean, one could argue that maybe that was a seed planted towards this type of thing, but then we got nothing about it in the Fatal 4-Way. We got like no dark tendency type of thing from him in that, or since then until Raw. So, I don't know. It just seemed kind of out of place.
Maybe it's just, I mean, I do like the changing character for him. It's just a nice thing. It is out of nowhere. But it seems like he's more focused on the title now more than ever, which is a great thing.
But then what an awkward fucking time then to bring the Usos back together.
True.
That's, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
very true.
Okay, so now we're going to have a Mellow Don't Miz situation with the Usos on Raw now. Like, at least the Mellow Don't Miz one, there's been a lot of build to this and it makes 100% sense. Like, this doesn't right now. So it just feels weird.
Curious to see how they play out because they're wrestling at WrestlePalooza. What's going to happen from there? So it got us intrigued, right? So
true. The banger of the night for me. AJ was the best, absolute best fucking thing that they could have done next for Becky.
Oh yeah.
I said it's perfect. I said Punk should have. I said one critique that I have here. I think Punk should have ripped the World Heavyweight title off of Becky's shoulder as he walked past, while AJ still had the IC, and they shouldn't have just given it back the way they did. I think that should have happened. He should have hit the GTS on Seth, knocked Seth out of the ring. Becky picks Seth up, and they're retreating with Punk and AJ then both holding their titles. going into WrestlePalooza.
Yeah.
That's what I think should have happened. I think it would have just continued to build this even better. And the whole, like, now Punk and AJ have the mind games, where before it had been the other way around. Right?
Yeah.
And just, I think that would have put that over the edge now, as to, like, AJ being back has taken this to the absolute next level. But I absolutely love this entire thing. Like, AJ has not had to change a single thing about her persona, because as we talked about last week, she was not in the right era when she was here before.
No, 100%.
This is what she should have been then, right? And it's like these two, Becky and AJ personas right now, are at the fucking peak and pinnacle of what they could be, and it's absolutely flawless to have them going back and forth.
Yeah, no, agreed. I love what you said about Punk. She should have kept the title, because we don't see a lot of the good guys, the faces, playing mind games. Like, we always get a lot of the heels doing all the work, but it's nice to flip the switch.
It is.
And have the face have the upper hand and going into it. And I think you're right. I think they should have leaned in it. They have the hype, and maybe they will continue something on it. It's not like it's next week. It's a couple weeks out. So they can still play with it. But no, I think they should lean on that, because it's been very
what's not
heel heavy WrestlePalooza, isn't it?
It's literally a week from today.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the 20th. Today's the 13th. It's literally next.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, never mind. You're right.
When you said that, I was like, wait, what's a couple of weeks away? Because WrestlePalooza is literally 1 week from today.
That's right.
There's one more episode of Raw for them to build anything towards it. So that's what I was saying. I think, like, if that would have happened, and then they had this Raw to where, like, the whole episode's like a who done it, not who done it obviously, but like that type of vibe from Seth and Becky, like trying to find their titles and like sicking the vision in these situations, and you know what I mean, like having that whole thing, and like AJ and Punk just like evading them the entire fucking show and just playing games and having like a little goose chase, like that would have been fucking dope. They wouldn't have had to do anything in the ring, but had no action going into WrestlePalooza. That could have been the best setup in and of itself.
Yeah, I agree. AJ Lee hasn't missed a step. Like, it was such a good promo, and just kept the same personality, played with the crowd a lot, and the crowd was eating it up. It was
I loved cheer for therapy. cheer for therapy. That's fucking awesome.
It's
because that's a different world we're living in now too than when she was here before. Like, even in 2016, it would not have been as open to literally just for her to say in the ring, like, cheer for therapy. You know, like that was still, even back then, was still so much more of a taboo topic than it is now. So it's super cool to see that.
And it was great to see that side of her, like just leaning into that, giving us little reason why she's been gone for a decade, and behind the curtain, but keeping it also unserious at the same time. So it was like the perfect blend. It was a great very
segment. Like, hey, I got help, but I'm still fucking unhinged. Right? Like, that's kind of the vibe. It was like, she's like, hey, I got fixed, but I'm not. And it's like, ooh, okay, I like this.
Yes.
What you got for SmackDown, brother?
For SmackDown, so Jade versus Tiffany Stratton for the women's title. Ends in double countout. So another non-finish.
At least you're starting with this. This is the worst part of the fucking show.
Another non-finish. Match was,
Not
started
good.
off rough, but it started getting solid towards the end. It had a little ramp up. I'm not saying it's a masterpiece. Nia comes out and attacks.
Ruins everything. As usual. Every time she's on the screen.
All. But really, my point about this, and my question to you is, has there ever been a title run so bad for someone who is so good and so deserving of it? Tiffany Stratton's run as women's champion.
And it started good, too.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And they have just absolutely ruined it.
It's
with the constant Nia and Jade angle.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry.
She's defended it 8 times, 3 times against Nia.
Yeah.
Almost half of the times against Nia.
And twice now against
Jade. We got Trish, Charlotte, and Bayley. That's her defenses, and The Trish one wasn't even that big of a build. Nothing really into it. It was
the only
it
one
was
of
cool.
the only one of these matches
Charlotte-
that is legit had a build was the Charlotte one, and it was one of the worst fucking builds.
Yep.
Like, that's the crazy thing, is it was when absolutely nobody wanted to see Charlotte on her screen in the World Heavyweight Championship picture. And it's the same thing with Nia Jax. Like, how is she still in this fucking Tiffany Stratton fucking angle?
Yeah.
It makes no sense. I'm going to get on a soapbox here for a moment. Jade Cargill is not good in the ring.
She's not improving at all.
She's not improving. She isn't good. Like, she wasn't good when she got here. She wasn't good when she left AEW. She might have been AEW standards good, but I'm sorry, AEW's standards of in-ring wrestling is not that good. It's not. There are certain
disagree.
there are certain
but she was
individuals who there's almost nobody in AEW that has been born and raised in AEW that would stand a chance in WWE.
Name some.
That were born in that were like actually got their start in AEW.
Yeah.
You name some.
Darby Allin, MJF.
Okay, I stand corrected. They're just, but haven't they? But they didn't get their start in AEW though, right?
I mean, they wrestled indies, but that's what all these. Seth Rollins wrestled in the indies. CM Punk wrestled in the indies. There's not a lot of homegrown WWE anymore.
No. But I mean, Seth, sure, indies, but also when
He was in Ring of Honor. He was in a bunch of those promotions.
True. Okay. So maybe I misspoke in that regard. But Jade, when she was in AEW, let me rephrase this. When Jade was in AEW, she was like the pinnacle of women's wrestling in AEW.
I think
She was.
They tried to hold her up to that pedestal, and it didn't pay off. But yeah, I will say that.
And there's a reason it didn't pay off.
Because she's not good.
I
agree with you. I'm not arguing that point.
And it's just, I don't understand why is it only fucking Jade and Nia? Why are they the only two fucking people that creative can come up with as a fucking adversary for Tiffany? There are so many good, actually talented people who can fucking move in the ring and not botch every other goddamn move they do. Almost every other thing Jade did last night was a fuck up or almost fucked up.
Yeah.
There was nothing that she did that was just like, oh, that was actually like legit. Mm-hmm. She was losing her balance fucking left and right. She's fucking whiffing on so many goddamn things. Like, it's just mind blowing. And you know it's not Tiffany, because Tiffany has shown time and time again that she is fucking phenomenal in the ring.
Yeah.
But she can only do as much as her fucking counterpart in the ring is helping her do.
Yeah.
Right?
Now add Nia to the mix.
Yeah. Like, now we're going to end up with a fucking triple threat match. It's fucking garbage. It is absolute fucking garbage. They are ruining. The only thing to answer your fucking question, Bayley's fucking last world title run was,
and it was similar,
just
it was
as absolute, just as garbage.
Yep. Which is crazy.
Yeah, there's a common theme there, isn't there? Nia is fucking trash.
Which is crazy because the title Tiffany and Bayley held is the WWE. Like, it's not the world heavyweight. Like, they usually treat that one with more prestige. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's weird, and I feel bad for Tiff because she is so good. Was excited for her title win, and it's just kind of been meh.
Yeah.
Brock and Truth opens the show. I love when these two are in the ring. Truth just always throws Brock off, but also didn't like it because it takes Brock out of. He's been trying to be a big monster since returning, and then he was very unserious during this whole thing, and you could credit it to Truth and then him ripping his pants, but I don't think he should have leaned into the ripping of his pants and everything in that segment.
I don't think you had a choice, though. That's the thing, is like there's no way to play off ripping your pants and still be a badass. That's kind of the thing, right? So I think that might have actually been the best part of that segment, was the fact that
I didn't hate it.
He recognized it, because like he knew it happened immediately, and he got up and was like instantly tried to cover it, and then I think he quickly was like, my fucking pants are ripped, and then it just kind of leaned into it, and like that part I actually appreciate more. I hated this entire fucking angle. I was like, this is so fucking dumb. Yeah. I love R-Truth. I love the Ron Cena thing. Yes, there were parts of it that made me laugh, but at the same time, for the grand scheme of things, fucking stupid.
Oh, it's
fucking stupid.
Sure.
What a waste of fucking TV time. And
didn't feed anything into the Cena thing.
Anything into the Cena thing in any way, shape, or form. Just another fucking garbage use of TV time to keep from eating away one of Cena's fucking final appearance, which doesn't make any sense because he's on the fucking road.
Yeah.
So the whole like numbering of the last appearances doesn't make sense. He should just be there. If anything, it shouldn't have been like, oh, I'm going to be physically here at these dates. It should have been like, I'm doing this amount of matches. Yeah. But you could still fucking be there in person. That doesn't make any sense.
Or just do a via satellite.
Yeah, something.
Like, and then
I don't know. I was just like, oh my God.
What I don't like is
filler.
Cena last week says, this is my last appearance on Smackdown. Why is Brock going to Smackdown the following week after he was in the building, F5'd him?
Yeah.
And then he's trying to find Cena through Ron.
Yeah.
On Smackdown.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Doesn't make any sense.
Randy versus Drew. This was the main event. Drew wins. What I don't like about this match is why the ref got in the way of the punt. Yeah. If it's an illegal move, then DQ him. I don't know if it is or not. I would never heard that it was an illegal move. I think Javon Evans just did it on NXT. Nothing happened of that.
It's no different than Seth Rollins doing the stomp.
Curb stomp. Exactly.
If anything, the stomp is more devastating of a move.
So why is the ref getting involved? I did not like that. But Drew winning, I'm good for because
that makes sense. I knew Drew was going to win, and I knew Cody was going to come out, and it would set this all up.
Yeah.
So again, I didn't like this either.
Yeah.
Because there was no awe about it. There was no shock. It was, okay, he's going to win. He's going to try to beat up Orton, and then Cody's going to come out, and that's going to set up the week-long fucking build to WrestlePalooza because we haven't seen Cody in a month.
He did.
And he didn't even have the fucking title!
But he didn't mention it this for the first time. He said, the champ is back.
Oh, yeah. Oh. He fucking plagiarized Cena.
Yep, pretty much.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean...
Do you have anything good in your notes, Tim?
Maybe.
It's hard. It's hard.
There wasn't a lot.
There wasn't a lot of good on SmackDown
This is literally the talking points. There was other than that, there's a promo and one match that I'm not even going to mention. So it didn't end up being a match. So
yeah. We don't need to go down that fucking rabbit hole again.
This is like Drew was doing a lot of heavy lifting for this Cody feud. Just for him to come back a week before. Like, I don't think it should be for Palooza. I get they're trying to make it an all-star show for the first time on ESPN, but...
Well, and it's not even just because it's the first time on ESPN. It's because it's going head-to-head against AEW.
Yeah.
That's the main reason why they're building it as this, they're packing it because it's the first on ESPN, rah. No, it's because it's against AEW. You're just not acknowledging that.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Final talking point.
I hope it's the promo in the back that I'm thinking it is, and I hope you caught what I caught.
Sammy.
Okay, it's at least the promo in the back.
It's Sami Zayn and his open challenge for the U.S. title. I'm so thankful he's doing this.
Yes,
because that match with Rey Fenix.
Oh wait, is that the segment in the back though between him and Rey? Is that the one you're talking about?
Well, no. I mean, I'm talking about this in general.
Just the whole thing. Okay.
Let me talk about it. Let me talk about it.
Sorry. I was about to get disappointed for a second.
So, the match was fantastic versus Rey Fenix.
Yes.
It's been a minute since we've seen Rey Fenix on SmackDown. I don't know why. But we got to see this open challenge. And then it leads to promo with Mello in the back. He's next up. We get to see Sammy and Mello go. That match is going to be killer. And then we get... what looked like someone lurking in the background. Was
That's
that
what I was talking
Nakamura?
about.
Or who did... I couldn't tell. I couldn't make out who it was.
I was trying to figure out, was that Uncle Howdy? Was that Bo Dallas?
Maybe.
It was really hard to see.
It was really...
But Uncle Howdy is what makes
made it
the
felt
most...
like Howdy.
that's what makes the most sense to me as well, because A, we haven't seen fucking Nakamura in forever, and I'm
But
okay
then he
with
did
that,
the
but-
arm thing towards the end, and that's what made me think
I
it's
guess that's
Nakamura.
true, but with all of the lurking in the background in recent weeks,
Yes.
that's the White Six.
Yes.
Is what I was like, is that Uncle Howdy? Because this is exactly what we've talked about. Is I think Uncle Howdy needs to start at one point and build up, and this would be the perfect fucking thing. Would be for that
I agree
to happen.
I
So,
hope that's who it was. I felt like it was Nakamura maybe, but
it could have been. Yeah,
but the fact is this open
but
challenge.
Uncle Howdy has kind of always
That's true. He's the,
done this type of thing.
It's
so
true.
I love the open challenge.
I hope
situation.
it is, but this open challenge is just gonna have banger matches, left and right with purpose. Just because it's an open challenge, anyone can come out.
Can I throw one slight critique kind of into
Sure.
it? I love it, but I also am like, is it hurting future matches? Back-to-back Smackdowns now, it's just been Super Sammy kicking out of literally everything thrown at him. Like every devastating maneuver that has won matches for both Cena and Rey Fenix in the past, and Sammy has kicked out of every fucking thing. How do you top it? How do you build off of this?
No,
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's literally like that's what I was thinking last night, because I was like, we got that last week with Cena, which that one to me made sense because it's Cena and Sammy, and you know that makes sense. But I was like, I personally feel like it should have been a good match, but I don't think Rey Fenix deserves to have nearly as many fucking near falls as he had in this match. Like they're almost building that too much.
Yeah.
This should have been a much easier win for Sammy in my eyes.
You know,
Does that make sense?
It does, and I feel like I agree with you, and I don't know how to fix it, but maybe not lean into so many pinfalls in a match anymore. Like no one's getting pinned after one attitude adjustment anymore. So don't go for a pin anymore. Just I don't know.
Well, and that's the thing is that's it's also, I feel like, to a point, hurting the industry to a form when you have somebody like that kicking out of everything, because now you're just watering down moves.
Yeah.
Again,
You're watering, and then you get rolled up and then you lose. So,
Yeah.
I mean, a roll up is the ultimate finisher. So if every new wrestler out there just have a roll up, roll them up. That will win the match. But, you know, I agree. I don't think it should be an every week thing as well, because you're right. You're gonna go through the roster really quick too, and everything. But the only bad thing I really took away from this is Solo still lurking for the U.S. title. I did love the promo though from Solo. He's great in the promo side of things. I don't want him going after Sammy for the U.S. title. I just want him out of that picture. Give him a break.
Put him more in like this fucking, like, have his boys go for the tag titles and have him be like the head honcho of it. Have him be like the new Paul Heyman type of thing to that group for a little bit before you put him back in a fucking angle again.
Yeah.
He's been in it for too much and nobody wants it.
Yeah.
Nobody wants his group going for the fucking tag gold either, but I would rather that than him continue to ruin the U.S. title.
Yeah. No, I agree. But that's what I got for SmackDown. Sammy was my banger.
Oh, okay.
Banger of the night.
Banger of the night. That makes sense to me.
Yep.
Alrighty, that's bringing us over to our belts question of the week this week, and I posed this. This is, I think, truly, it's our first discussion question, right? Like, typically, it's like the question is posed, and it is kind of just like there's like a black and white answer type of thing, right? Where it might be multiple answers, but this is truly just like a, what are your thoughts on this thing, right?
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting and kind of a nice change up for us also. So the question is, with the return of multiple veterans and legends this year, for reference, Nikki Bella, Becky, AJ Lee, Cena, Brock, etc. I know there's even more that have seen like just the year of 2025. What are your thoughts on the impact of these returns in regards to how it can affect the current stars and the up and coming superstars? So we have obviously like newer within the last couple of year faces that are like have kind of been being propped up as the future of the company, and you also have some more recent NXT call-ups to the main roster that have, to a point, all in some form taken a back seat for some of these other angles that they're now pushing with some of these returns. So just what are your thoughts on the impact? Is it good for the business, bad for the business, good for these stars, bad for them? What are your thoughts and takeaways?
In general, I love it, but it's kind of like a double-edged sword for sure. So like you get AJ Lee coming back. Does it hamper someone else that's up and coming? Yes, but it puts her into an era where she kind of belongs and gets to shine a little brighter. But you look at Nikki Bella coming, she's going against some of these up and comers and she's taking losses. Yes, she went against Becky Lynch, but she's also going against some of the younger talent and letting them get wins over her. Whether you like Nikki Bella or not, she is a legend of her time frame and a big name to people, and she's taking losses. So I think it's helping, but we're getting to the point where these people are also taking all the screen time, and we're getting less of Elira. We're getting less of Julia, and I think it's more hurting the women's division right now, per se. Cena's is like a one-off. We're getting Brock back because he's going against Cena, and this is Cena's time. He gets to call his shots, and I'm okay with that and everything. But you're building a lot of these NXT people up, and we've complained about how we're not seeing a lot of new things going on, and we're just seeing Nia Jax. We're just seeing the same faces. It could hurt the business in the long run. This is just a short term hoorah kind of thing, and we're not thinking too far in the future.
Yeah.
And
then to even take that kind of a step further, you then have multiple of these big name people then also taking over screen time on NXT.
Oh yeah.
You have, but Stephanie Vaquer is probably the most understandable one because she just recently got called up, so she is the most recent, right?
And she's
but then
got
you have
no screen time on Raw recently.
Yeah, seriously. But then you have her, Rhea, and Tiffany Stratton kind of invade NXT.
Yeah.
This last week.
This one, I'll give them a pass because it's called Homecoming.
And that's fair. And it's a cool, but that type of thing has happened more often. You know what I mean?
Like Nia went down to NXT as well.
I hate her. I hate everything about it.
You were excited because she wasn't on SmackDown, but then showed up on SmackDown anyway. So
I know. She likes to just ruin my day. I think I put this on just because I was genuinely like curious, like what your thoughts were, and I don't really necessarily know if I have like an answer to it or not, because like you said, like I love that Becky's back, I love that AJ's back. The Cena run, outside of a couple months, has been great. The more recent part of it has been great. I could do without some of the others.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably just kind of in general, because, I know there is a large audience out there that absolutely fucking hates the fact that Brock Lesnar is back on WWE screen because of the whole lawsuit and all of the stuff that his name was kind of wrapped up in. Whether any of it's true or not, people are very against it. And so I'm sure there are people that feel the same way about, like, why are we giving so much TV time to John Cena?
Yeah.
I'm sure there are people that feel that way. And, the Becky Hogan thing, right? Like, there's already been a large fucking call for that, and she's just leaned into it, which has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
So all
it's
of it's
not just
like,
her saying it.
No, Sports Illustrated says it too. There's been, there's definitely give and take. There's side A and side B to everything. And that's why I was just, I don't know. I just wanted to kind of have the conversation about it. I definitely can see where, like, we haven't seen American Made now, and that's not necessarily because of these specific individuals, but it is just because TV time is being taken by other people.
Yeah.
Right. Which is whatever. Like, that's always going to happen. But, like, for a while there, American Made was a staple on our screen.
Yeah.
And now I 100% believe that American Made being on the TV screen without Chad Gable is almost pointless because the other three are not... They can't hold their own in a segment or in a promo or anything, I don't think. Like, Ivy Nile...
I agree.
Is very blah.
Yeah.
She's great in the ring,
Yeah.
but very blah on the mic when she's talking. And then, who's the big Creed? Brutus.
Yeah.
He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I think that dude is comedic gold.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's what you always want or need either, you know? And Julius is like, just kind of there.
Yeah.
Right? He honestly, he reminds me a lot of like Jack Swagger. Like, just kind of he's like this fucking specimen that should just be fantastic and is also just kind of there.
Yeah.
You know? So, I don't know. I think there's obviously the positives to it, but then that's for nostalgia's sake and whatnot. But there's also those points where, like, we're not seeing enough of Julia, but at the same time, the last couple of weeks when we have seen a lot of Julia, it's just fucking bad.
But it's just so short because of TV time.
But it has to be short because look at the reaction that she is getting when she's out there. There's not one, dude.
I think that's more on Michin, but that's just me.
More on Michin?
Yeah.
How is it on Michin?
She's not...
Nobody is cheering for this segment in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Nobody's cheering for Julia when she comes out. And I think
bad
most
girl.
of that is Kiana James.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't understand
everyone's
the
just
pairing.
like... But yeah.
I think the WWE right now is just all about money. And that's what these big stars do, is drawing the people to spend money. And that's what they're after right now, it feels like. So,
Hence the Saudi Arabia move.
Saudi
for
Arabia, the TKO saying that.
Now, is that going to be in April still? That's the one question I had.
Oh,
because Riyadh season, isn't that right now?
Yeah, that's true.
And then they said it as a part of Riyadh season. Mm-hmm. So would that not be... Is WrestleMania 27 going to be... Like, WrestleMania of 2027 is what I was saying. Not WrestleMania 27, obviously. WrestleMania 43 in 2027. Is that going to be in fucking October or something?
I don't know. I couldn't imagine it would.
I know. That would be fucking wild because that would be the first time ever that they moved out of the March, April.
Yeah. And I'm not here for that.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah. That brings us to
Blockbusters! First up here, got some movie. This is mine. It is called Song Sung Blue. The synopsis: based on a true story, two down-on-their-luck musicians form a joyous Neil Diamond tribute band, proving it's never too late to find love and follow your dreams. The cast of this is Hugh Jackman, Kate Hudson, Michael Imperioli, Ella Anderson, King Princess, Mustafa Shakir, Hudson Hensley, Fisher Stevens, and Jim Belushi. The release date will be on Christmas Day of this year, 12/25/25, and it will be out in
the cinema.
The cinemas. What'd you think of this?
Looks like a great movie.
It looks fantastic.
I was just I wanted the cast of Saving Silverman to be in this. No.
How fucking funny would that have been? How funny would that be if they like somehow pulled that into this,
would be
and
so
it's
cool.
like a competing fucking Neil Diamond cover band, and it's those three.
Yeah,
that would be fucking hilarious.
But the trailer does look good. It gets you. It has the funny, the serious to it. It just gets you. It's the perfect movie that you release on a Christmas day out in the theater. So, really excited for this. Love Neil Diamond music, and Hugh Jackman can sing.
Love Hugh Jackman in any form of musical. He is so good. Kate Hudson is phenomenal as well because she is also a singer.
The combo I didn't know I needed, and it looks like they have a lot of fun
really
on
good.
screen. So this one looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Gets you
for
right in the
this.
feels in this, I bet.
Yeah.
The Rip. This was mine. Synopsis. Upon discovering millions in cash in a derelict stash house, trust among a team of Miami cops begins to fray. As outside forces learn about the size of the seizure, everything is called into question, including who they can rely on. Cast is Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, among others. Release date is January 16th of 2026, and this is going to be on Netflix.
Sure
Ta-da!
Dude,
What'd you think of this?
It feels like The Town and Bad Boys had a baby.
I taking the words right out of my
Like,
mouth.
I was watching, I was like, fuck. And it looks like this looks so fucking intense. And I don't know, like I'm so fucking excited for this. This looks so good. And fucking, I love Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, and the shit they come up with together is
seriously.
so good. And it's been a while since we've had a like action movie like this, because I know they've done a couple things, but I feel like having like a legit action movie like this, oh man,
Yeah.
this looks so fucking good. I'm so stoked.
Both of them can act their faces off, and
Yes.
and it's just, this looks
They're built
so
for this
good.
kind of
Yeah.
thing too.
Yeah,
So,
and I was just like, man, it totally gives me some Town vibes, and
Yes.
love that movie.
Yeah.
And I know you just talked about it recently on our show, so I thought you would enjoy
Yes,
this
I'm
one.
very
So
excited.
very, very
Very
excited for
excited.
this. Way to go, Netflix.
yeah.
What's in the news?
What's in it? What's in the news? What's in the news? The news. I put a few things on here, as did you.
Yeah.
First up, Dust Bunny trailer.
Dude, this one looks wild, man.
Yeah, dude.
We get Mads
Mads Mikkelsen.
coming back with
Yeah.
the creator of Hannibal.
Yeah,
So
Sigourney Weaver.
we're talking about monsters, and just
Monsters.
the trailer's visually just
Yeah, dude.
stunning again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel
Been
like
saying
we're
that
a
lot
broken
recently.
record,
Yeah, I
but
know,
holy
they keep
shit.
putting out trailers of things that are just like,
And watching the trailer, I don't necessarily know what's going on
no
storyline
idea.
wise, but I'm
and
here
I love
for it.
I love it. It just looks so good.
It does.
Yeah, I'm very excited about
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
It looks really good.
Ooh, yeah.
Next thing, we got two things here. I just like started to like, I couldn't swallow for a second and I couldn't catch my breath. I thought I was dying. Anyways,
Don't I?
Super Mario, the next Super Mario Bros. Movie. We got the official title for it, and we got a very slight teaser trailer. It didn't really give you much, but it is called Super Mario Galaxy Movie. That will be based off of the Super Mario Galaxy video game that was released in 2007 on the Wii console. And yeah, man, I'm fucking so stoked. You get the little teaser. It starts with Mario sleeping under a tree just outside of the kingdom.
Yeah.
And then it follows the butterfly, and the butterfly's going, and it follows the little mole dude. Then it goes into the water, and he got the little like fucking fish things, whatever
Yeah.
those are called.
Yeah.
And then it goes up to the actual castle itself, and you see a lot of the little toads running around.
Just
It
seeing the N64 castle.
yeah,
you know,
I know,
it just-
right? It's fucking so good. And then Butterfly shoots up to the sky, goes through the clouds, and goes up into outer space, and then the logo pops up, Super Mario Galaxy Movie. I at first was like, that's kind of a weird title.
Yeah.
Super Mario Galaxy Movie. But then I was like, well, I guess the first one was Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's like their kind of their shtick having movie on the end of it. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. So I'm just excited. The whole cast is returning.
The first
And
one was great, and
It's in fifth for like I think it's in fifth place for like the highest grossing animated film of all time.
Yeah.
Behind Neza 2, which we talked about,
Yeah.
Inside Out 2, Lion King, and it was like Frozen 2
Yeah, I
or
think
something.
Frozen, yeah.
Frozen or Frozen 2. And it's in fifth behind that. Like
Yeah.
it was one of the highest grossing movies of that year when it came out, and like it was a fucking just absolute hit. So
just revitalizing that video game genre a little more, and I'm here for it.
absolutely.
And yeah, like I said, I love the first one, and this teaser just gets me a little a little excited, so I like it.
Yeah. Next up, we have a clip from a movie that is actually now out on digital. It's a lower budget buddy comedy, essentially. It is called Bad Man. You got a clip from it, which gives away very little, but it just kind of, I loved already just from what we got in this. A little bit of the back and forth between the two main characters here.
Yeah.
We have Sean William Scott and Rob Riggle as two kind of begrudgingly partners. They are not... essentially, Rob Riggle's character is like a former like high school athlete, star of his town, kind of turned into a disgraced cop in that town that he still loves so much, but like nobody respects him type of thing. And then you have this hotshot like undercover guy come in, and that's Sean William Scott's character, and they have to partner up to go about this case. And that's really the info that we have, and the clip of them just in the car.
Yeah, so I saw a trailer on this a while ago. It wasn't one that I chose for this. This clip has got me excited to watch this. The trailer felt a little more serious, where it was almost kind of like Guns Up, it looked like it was giving all the funny stuff away, but had like serious tones to it. But then this clip kind of just brings you back. No, it does look like it's just like a comedy action, which got me excited because Rob Riggle and Sean William Scott,
they're too fucking funny.
Too funny to not
and not
be.
two that I ever would have thought to pair together either.
No.
Oddly, like when you think about it, it's like, yeah, that seems like it would be a no-brainer, but it's also like I never would have thought about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that when I saw that, I was like, what? That's fucking awesome. So
this is definitely one I want to check this out.
Yeah.
So hell yeah. Deadline article. Marlon Wayans confirms he's going to be reprising his role of Shorty. We just talked about Scary Movie not too long ago, and how Anna Faris was coming back as well as, why can I think of her name? Regina Hall, yes. Reprising their roles. What's exciting about this article that I read is that there's a few more characters that they would like to bring back as well. No concrete deals have been set, but they're working on getting those people back into the movie. He also goes on to say, this is a no holds barred and will not hold back in any way. This is going to be like the first two, where it's going to rub people the wrong way.
Yes.
And they're not going to apologize for it. Their movies, they want to offend every group.
Yes.
It's not just a focus group. It's everyone is on.
There's like everyone is a target. Nobody is safe. And I love that. And one of the things in the article was the whole like, like you said, we're not holding back. Like, if you're sensitive, good. Sensitive people need to laugh too.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I love that. And like how he said, like, if you tell a joke and 100 people laugh and one person walks out, that was still a good joke.
Yep.
Like, I'm like, fuck yes. Like we're getting to that. We're starting to get to that point where it's fuck cancel culture. Let's get back to funny is funny. Yeah. Fuck your feelings. Funny is funny. Yeah. If you don't find it funny, then don't fucking watch it. Don't follow it, whatever. Yeah. But you can't dictate what is funny to other people or not. And 100%. That's how comedy should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Comedy is comedy. Everything in comedy is meant to be funny. Yeah. Whether you find it offensive or not, you can fuck off. Yep. So
no, I
love that. I absolutely love that.
This article was a good one to read. So, and then my last talking point is Play Dirty. Trailer looks wild. We got Mark Wahlberg, Lakeith David. We just talked about him recently, and then we got Antonio Banderas. This feels like another like Bad Boys, but also National Treasure kind of vibes to it. Sure. The Nice Guys. It is produced
also
by
kind of like Uncharted. Oddly enough, with Mark Wahlberg too.
Yep.
Like,
it just has that kind of feel. I like these like action adventure, but also comedy kind of thing. And
we have why am I forgetting his name? Monk.
Oh yeah.
I know. I never remember
his name.
And it's a very like obvious name too.
Yes.
Like it's not just like Jim Jones. Like it's like
Yeah.
a name where you're like, fuck, that's his name.
He's just Monk.
I
He's
know,
just Monk.
I know. I'm looking it up. This is one that because this is gonna bother me the rest of the fucking show. Yeah, Tony Shalhoub.
Yep.
Thank you.
That's why we need a producer.
Yeah, I know. This is what, we don't have to look things up on the spot. We need somebody there to do it for us.
But yeah,
Thank you, Haley.
movie looks fun.
Yeah,
It
it
looks
looks
like a
good.
fun
It
one,
does. It
and
looks great.
that's
This-
going to be on Prime. And
This looks more so like the Bad Boys vibe,
yes,
right? Like this actually looks more like there's going to be those serious moments and tones, but there's going to be a lot of action comedy throughout this.
Yes,
Right. And yeah, that's
just like when he's trying to grab her earpiece. No,
oh, you're such a gentleman. And then he throws it at her and she walks away from him.
yeah. So I thought this was going to be a fun trailer. So
It looks great.
small screen sampler. This is where we take a show that we have talked about, and all we have to do is watch an episode. And for this one, there was only one episode out at the time.
yeah.
And the show we chose is Task.
Doozy.
Has Mark Ruffalo. It's on HBO Max, and it just started airing last week.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the show?
First off, when I turned it on and I was like, an hour 13. It's
like a mini movie.
Damn. That's a long ass episode. Hopefully that's just because it's like the first episode
pilot,
type
yeah.
of thing. Hopefully that's the only reason why it's that long. Hopefully the rest of them are a little under an hour.
yes.
That would be nicer that's going to make it a lot easier for me to watch. I liked it. I can't say that it was one that was like, oh, I was hooked out the gate, because I don't think there was a hook out the gate in this.
No, not
the
for me.
entire episode, it was long.
Mm-hmm.
It was slower moving, but I did find myself like invested in it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I didn't find myself like I wasn't bored.
Yeah.
Long and slow, right? It was longer, it was a slower moving thing, but I could feel that longness and that slower moving was setting up, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, I mean, even Lindsay, she was like totally doing her own thing. She was like painting this banner for a friend's kid's birthday party, and she's like working on that, and I kept noticing she would like periodically then just be like standing in the living room watching it.
Yeah.
And like one of the moments where it was like they were in the masks, like in like the kind of the climax of the episode, right? And that was all happening, and she's, you watch scary stuff, and like walks away, and I was just like, this isn't even scary. This is
like
I was
a
like,
cop
it's
show.
not a horror movie. I was like, this is a cop thing. They're robbing this place, and they don't want their identities out. That's the only reason. Yes, they're wearing like Halloween style masks, but
Just a robber mask.
yeah, I know. I was like, it's like this is no different than them wearing ski masks in the town, or the nun masks in the town. I was like, the town's one of her favorite movies. So
Yeah.
it's the same fucking thing. But she's silly. But no, she even after that though, she kept still like, she would hear something and she'd come and stand this in the living room with her paintbrush. She'd stand there until that scene was over, and then she'd go, but she wouldn't say anything to me. And then at the end, she's like, sorry, I always like inadvertently get invested in your shows. And I was like, why are you saying sorry? She's like, I don't know, because I always just like end up having to ask you questions, and I should have just sat down and watched it with you from the beginning. And I was like, I'm fine. I don't care. But,
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked it. I'm gonna probably keep watching it and keep giving it a go and see how and if it keeps kind of picking up, because it felt like it was in that episode. It was a longer episode, but it was very Game of Thrones, not like vibe or style or anything like that, but just like the way the very first episode of Game of Thrones went,
Yeah.
where it gave away a lot of something that was like you then didn't see again
Yeah.
for seasons. With like, you saw one of the fucking daywalkers, or I forget exactly what they were called, but the fucking ice zombies, right? Like that was like the opening of the fucking show of Game of Thrones, and then you didn't see anything with that again until like fucking season 4 or whatever the fuck it was, and you're just like, whoa, right? Like that was a longer go, and you like really had to kind of just like get through it type of feeling. I feel like this is kind of a similar vibe, at least in that regard, where it was. It's one I feel like you got to give it its due time to really progress, but once you do, I feel like it's going to pick up. So
Yeah. In a similar fashion, I was not ready to like it. The first part of it was just long and drawn out at first, and it was just moving along slow. I was like, all right, let's get to something. But then after watching the whole episode, because it definitely got better and better and better.
Yes.
It was just like, it felt like tension building going on. And what I liked about this first episode is you're getting a lot of character build up for like the good guys. This is more character build up for the robbers, of the show.
For
the guys that
antagonists.
this task people are eventually going to be going after and everything. So I kind of liked how that was going, but like I said, it started off slow, but then I was really enjoying it. It did have me hooked. I wasn't bored, like you said.
Yeah.
And just how it just kept building. And then towards the end of the episode, I was like, well, now I want more.
Yeah.
And I was ready to watch the next episode. I was, oh, there's only one. I was like, now I got to wait. So I'm excited to continue this, especially watching the preview for the season to come. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm invested in this.
For sure. One of the things before we move on that I just want to point out that I didn't say was, I really appreciate we got no flashbacks in this. Mm-hmm. And I really appreciated that because there was a lot of opportunity for them to do that.
Yes.
But they're building these characters based off these things that we're not seeing that they're just alluding to.
Yeah.
And I really like that because it leaves a lot of stuff open for interpretation, or it leaves a lot of stuff open to be adjusted later, or whatever the situation is, right?
Yeah.
Like what led to Mark Ruffalo's character being the father of a son that's in prison, the father of a daughter who apparently doesn't really seem to want to have anything to do with him. Mm-hmm. Doesn't really seem like the mother is around, or we got maybe a little bit of information about that, but very little.
Yeah.
What led him to now become this like closet alcoholic type of thing, like functioning alcoholic essentially. And like that was like the prime opportunity for a lot of the movies and shows we've watched in the past for the podcast, where we would get those flashbacks, and where we have really ragged on some of those before. It's just like, fuck the flashbacks. Like I really liked this. Yeah. And the same thing with like the robber and his brother, his niece, the kids, his wife. Like she's like, he died, then she left, and now I'm raising these fucking kids, and I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. And it's just like, you just got a lot of information without getting any information, right? Yeah. So there's that. The part of this that I really did like, while it was the long kind of drawn out build, was the completely opposite parallels that they were showing to the same sound, right? They would have the music playing, and there was the opening of the fucking show, right? There's a song playing, and it's showing the dude waking up, like the bad guy or whatever, who I feel like is like the bad guy that you're going to like come to love.
I was just
kind of
after
character.
you were
like,
pointing,
he's
I was
gonna be
say,
like the
I kind of feel
guy
for this guy.
Yeah, it's kind of like not to the same extent, but like it feels, oddly enough, I'm pulling this out, and he was in this as well. I don't remember the actor's name, but that the main other guy in the show was the brother of Jason Bateman's wife's character in Ozarks. And I feel like he is kind of that same, like Jason Bateman is like the main character, the good guy, but he's also a bad guy in the show. Yeah. Where I feel like it's not to the same extent, obviously, as this.
I get what you're saying.
That idea, but you're like seeing him wake up, him getting ready, but you're seeing Mark Ruffalo wake up and him getting ready, and it's like this parallel thing. And then it also showed another thing very similar halfway through the episode, where it was just like clips back and forth of them doing very similar things, but on completely different grounds. Yeah. Right. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was very well shot. And the production of that was really well done.
Agreed. And just like I said, the way the show ended, I was like, I need some more. So please
sure.
check it out. I don't know what day it comes out on, but it's on HBO
Yeah.
Max. So if you have that, please give it a check out because I would recommend it.
Absolutely.
After the
Yes.
first episode.
Definitely worth the watch. Blockbusters question of the week. I once again posed this bad boy,
Yes, you did.
and I think it's a good one. I thought
think
it was
a
kind
fun
of
one.
a doozy. It kind of
You made me
required
do some research.
I was gonna say it required a little bit of research. I too did. I didn't have an answer for this when I asked it.
Okay,
by the way.
I was wondering.
Yeah, I did not have an answer for it. I had ideas in my mind of things that I was like, I could, but I ended up not going with any of them. I went with something that I never knew of before, which I went in a completely different direction with this than I thought I was going to. So the question is, what real life event or true story would you like to see turned into a movie or a show? Which would you prefer between a movie or a show for it? And then fully explain the event within reason, obviously. And briefly how you would expect the plot to go, obviously, with like Hollywood taking liberties with true stories, right? Like it's based on a true story, so it's pulling from like real events, but they obviously like add or take away things. I also did add in the interjection here of it can't be something that has already been turned into a full project, like based purely on that. Okay.
Okay.
What'd you come up with?
I might get yelled at if she's still out here. DB Cooper skyjacking.
Okay.
So the character's been in some shows.
Without a paddle, it's already been done. Move on. Just kidding. I know because I know where you're going with it. This was not. It's different.
It's different.
I agree.
It is different because his character has been kind of brought up in things, but this is like really focused on DB Cooper and skyjacking the plane and taking the 200,000. So I would like to see it into a movie, like a heist movie. So the situation is DB Cooper hijacking was the only unsolved hijacking case in the history of commercial aviation, where a man using the alias Dan Cooper hijacked Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 on November 24th, 1971. He was demanding $200,000 and 4 parachutes. After releasing the passengers and receiving the ransom in Seattle, Cooper ordered the plane to fly to Mexico, but he parachuted out of the rear of the aircraft in midair with the money and vanished, becoming a legendary, unconfirmed mystery. The FBI officially suspended active investigation of this case in 2016. So, the movie angle I want to lean into is just a tense manhunt thriller told from the FBI agents and the passengers and from Cooper's point of view. And I think that would be an awesome movie.
Yeah, I agree.
You can make it a period piece, obviously. It's in the 70s and it's an unsolved mystery.
It could not only be a period piece, but it could also be like a over multiple
time.
decades.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Because like they suspended it in 2016. So you could have like
kind of like
it
the
could be
Zodiac
like a multi-part type. Yeah, kind of, right?
Yeah.
But it could be like a multi-part, like the first part is in the 70s and it actually happening. Then like there's part 2, almost kind of like a play where you have like certain parts to it.
Yeah.
That could be very interesting. Or even was it Long Legs? Didn't Long Legs have like where it was like
it like broke it into
broke
parts.
it into sections, right? And then
Yeah.
like it like titled each section as it like popped up on the screen, kind of thing, right? Like that's I kind of like when movies do that, honestly.
Yeah.
So
I thought that would be a cool idea.
Have you ever heard of Emperor Norton?
No.
Didn't think so. Neither had I. Let me explain here.
Yeah, give me the backstory.
Emperor Norton is the first and only emperor of the United States.
Oh, we had an emperor.
Self-declared. Okay, let me give you a little history lesson here.
Should have just kept listening.
It says by 1859, so this is mid 1800s. Norton had become completely discontented with what he considered the inadequacies of the legal and political structures in the U.S. In July of 1859, he issued a brief manifesto addressed to the citizens of the Union. It outlined in broadest terms the national crisis as Norton saw it and suggested the imperative for action to address this crisis at the most basic level. The manifesto ran as a paid ad in the San Francisco Daily Evening Bulletin. Okay, so before I move on, this is Emperor Norton. His name was Joshua Abraham Norton. He is from the United Kingdom, but over time, he made his way to taking up residence in San Francisco, California. Okay, so there's that. This is the ad that ran. I have to read this.
Okay.
It's not super long. It says, so this is what he actually wrote. It says, at the peremptory request and desire of a large majority of the citizens of the United States, of these United States, I, Joshua Norton, formerly of Algoa Bay, Cape of Good Hope, and now for the last 9 years and 10 months past of San Francisco, California, declare and proclaim myself Emperor of these United States. And in virtue of the authority thereby in me vested, do hereby order and direct the representatives of the different states of the Union to assemble in Musical Hall of this city on the first day of February next, then and there to make such alterations in the existing laws of the Union as many ameliorate the evils under which the country is laboring, and thereby cause confidence to exist both at home and abroad in our stability and integrity. Signed, Norton I, Emperor of the United States. He is a self-proclaimed Emperor of the U.S. Here's the thing about it. Actual parts of San Francisco recognized him as emperor, and he dressed accordingly. While other people thought he was fucking psychotic, this is insane. He had his own currency
No
made
shit.
that actual establishments accepted from him in San Francisco. Wait, there's more. He was once arrested and jailed and attempted to be put into essentially a psychiatric hold, right? The equivalent of that in the fucking 1800s. He was so beloved by the citizens that there was an outcry, and the governor at the time or whatever demanded his release. And from that day on, when police officers would pass him on the street, they saluted him. Okay? So that's a little bit about this.
Yeah.
All right. He also self-proclaimed himself the protector of Mexico. Both of these two things, he held those titles until he died in 1881 or something.
Wow.
Okay, so for 30 years almost, or 20 something years. I would love to see this done in a modern day setting, filmed in a TV show, filmed in the same tone as The Office.
Oh, yeah.
Just this fucking, some dude declares himself this fucking thing. And then it's like a documentary camera crew following him around, and his people.
Yeah.
And the residents and these other places where he goes that he gives this monopoly money to that they actually accepted.
Here you go.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
You might
thought
want
that
to
would
hold on
be
to that one.
such a good fucking premise for a just hilarious fucking show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And this character has been he has been the basis of a couple characters in books. Because he apparently was a friend of Mark Twain's.
Oh, wow.
And so Mark Twain, he the character of the king in is it The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn?
Yeah, I think so.
The king in that is based off of him.
Oh, wow.
And he has had 2 or 3 slight iterations in single one-off episodes of 3 different shows between the 50s and the 60s. But to my knowledge and everything I read, there hasn't been an actual full thing
Yeah.
based on him.
Yeah.
He's been like a character utilized in like a single episode of something in like a full series of something. But that's why I was like, I'm going to count this because those are from fucking 60 years ago or more. And now like I'm looking for like a full thing that is literally just dedicated to this story.
That would be hilarious
but
too.
turned into a comedic vibe. And I was like, how better could that be than a mockumentary style show like The Office or The Paper or fucking St. Dennis or
Parks and Rec.
Parks. Yeah, like that would be so fucking good.
I would love it.
Because like me just reading this to you, and this is on fucking real. Like this isn't meant to be funny. This is just actually explaining this.
But it comes across super funny.
You were laughing your ass off just me explaining this to you, and this is a real thing. So,
hell yeah, man.
anyways, episode 67, dog.
67.
Cheers.
Let's fucking go.